Hello mathematicians, we are starting Unit 4 today, rational equations. We will be solving them, and today we're going to talk about simple proportions and how to solve them and how to check your solutions. So what is a rational number? A rational number is any number that can be expressed as a fraction a over b, where a and b are integers and b is not 0. So I know, go ahead, have your moment, freak out. We're going to be talking about fractions, the big F word, but I promise you have seen this before and we are going to get through it. It'll be fine. So one of the things when we are solving these proportions you might have heard in the past is cross multiply and divide. And I believe some people have called it the butterfly method. So that's essentially what we're going to be doing today. All right, let's get started. So we have this equation. It is a fraction equaling a fraction. And we are going to solve this by first identifying where the variable is, right here. We are going to be cross multiplying, so we're going to take the bottom numbers and we're going to move them up and multiply. 3 times n would be 3n, and 6 times 6 would be 36. Okay, so that's the simple form. What we are actually doing is we are multiplying this side by 3 and this side by 3, and that cancels out, and you have 3n over here, and then we would be multiplying this side by 6, by 6 over here, and that would cancel out, leaving you a 6 over there, and then you divide, and all that fun stuff. So instead of muddying it up with all that craziness, we can take all that stuff out of there and just cross multiply. And now we have a one-step equation. We have 3n equals 36, and so to separate the coefficient from the variable, the 3 and the n, remember that hidden operation is multiplication, so the opposite would be divide. We're going to divide by 3, leaving us with n over here, and 3 goes into 36 12 times. Let's simply check our answer real quick. So we're going to rewrite this problem with parentheses where the n was, of course, and we think that n equals 12. So let's see. Well, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Looks like that works out. Remember, fractions are division. To simplify fractions, we need to divide both the top and the bottom by the same value. And generally that value is going to be the GCF, or the greatest common factor. So in other words, the biggest number that can divide easily into both, or divide evenly into both values. So 18, the factors of 18 would be 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. The factors of 54, 1 and 54, 2 and 27, 3 and 1, 24, 18, not 4, not 5, but 6 and 9. All right, so the biggest number that I see in both lists, so I see a 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. So the largest number I see in both lists is 18, so our GCF is 18. So to simplify this fraction, we're going to divide by 18. And if you did this cool factor list, you already know the answer to this problem. 18 divided by 18 is 1. 54 divided by 18 is 3. Or you can use a handy dandy calculator. Let's check our work. So we have 6 parentheses 6 equals 3/9. And we think that our answer is 1/3. Well, if we take 6 times 1/3, which is really 6 divided by 3, 3 goes into 6 twice. 3/9 can be simplified to 1/3 by using the same method. So divide by 3, divide by 3. 2/6 can be simplified. 2 can go into both of those, so divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that is our answer. All right, let's take a look at the next example. Notice we have some negative signs in here, so just as long as we keep track of those negative signs, we're good to go. So let's take 2 times negative b, so we get negative 2b equals 8 times negative 10, we get negative 80. Now to separate the coefficient from the variable, we're going to divide by negative 2. And we get b equals a positive 40. So see, they're not all going to be scary. Let's check our answer. So negative parentheses over 8 equals negative 10 over 2. What do we think our answer is? We think our answer is 40. So if we take 40 divided by 8, 8 goes into 45 times, and we have a negative, so negative 5. Negative 10 divided by 2 would also be a negative 5. So that means our answer is correct. Let's take a look at our last example. Bring it up. So 2 times 10n would be 20n. 7 times negative 9 would be negative 63. Again, it does not matter if you choose the top number to be negative or the bottom number to be negative, as long as you just have the same amount of negative signs. So in this problem, there was only one negative sign. So notice we only have one down here. And this one we had 2. So we had 2. So just make sure to keep it, equal. Divide by 20. Divide by 20. So we got n equals, 20 doesn't go into 63 evenly. Let's see if they share any common factors. So 20 is 1 and 20, 2 times 10, not 3, but 4 times 5. 63 is 1 and 63, 2 doesn't go into it, 3 does, 3 goes into it 21 times, 4 does not, 5 does not, 6 does not, 7 does, yes, 7 times 9. So let's see if do we have any in common. Well, we have 1. Every single number has 1 in common, but no 2s, no 4s, no 5s, no 7s, no 9s, no 10s. So they don't share a common factor, so we cannot simplify it. So this is our answer. All right, let's check it. All right, so we put that in there, and then we have 7 down here. Okay, so we can simplify this a little bit. So 10 and 20 can simplify to just, now we just have negative 63 over 2. All right, so what I'm going to do you remember KFC, keep, flip, change? So when you are dividing by fractions, you flip and multiply. So now we have negative 63 over 2 times 1 over 7. So we have negative 63 over 14. 7 goes into both of those. So we have divide by 7. And 63 divided by 7 would be 9. And 14 divided by 7 would be 2. And there's a negative sign. And lo and behold, that's what it is supposed to equal. Don't worry on the mastery checks if it's a crazy fraction. I'm not going to make you check it. But we also need to be aware of fraction operations, because fraction operations are actually the most applicable thing to real life. So you won't have to do the fraction ones on the mastery check, but you do need to understand what to do. As always, go find your examples. You can just find proportions on any of those websites, and that is what you will be doing. As always, happy mathing!